Right, guys, so in this video, I am going to be discussing the 7 properties of money. I think a lot of people wonder what money actually is. Like, we go to work, say, for example, to make money, but we never actually sit there and ask, what is money? Like, what actually makes it valuable? What are its core properties? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 7 properties of money that have helped me protect my finance, because understanding these properties can give you a clearer picture on where you should put your cash. I've talked about it in other videos, but this video is going to break down what intrinsically makes money money. So let's get through this slideshow. So the first property of money is scarcity. And scarcity is effectively, you have to have a fixed supply, a fixed limited supply. You can't have a currency or a medium of exchange or a store of value, or you can't have money that can just be reproduced at will. If somebody can just print an unlimited amount of money, you can flood the system and effectively cause hyperinflations. We've seen it throughout history when economies crash because currencies have become too high. Like you've seen, it was in World War II, Germany's currency got hyperinflated and everything crumbled. So we can't rely on governments to protect us, because we know from the past there's been many other accounts throughout human history of fiat getting out of control. There were stories I heard one time where people were taking wheelbarrows down to the supermarkets because money was becoming so worthless that it costs hundreds of thousands of Reichmarks at one point just to buy like a loaf of bread. People were using money, literally paper money, to just heat their house. They would just use it on their chimneys back then. They just chuck the fiat money, the paper, into the chimney to heat the house because that's how worthless it had become. So one of the properties of money is scarcity, which means we need a fixed supply. We can't allow other people, we can't allow governments, institutions, whoever, to be able to just print unlimited amounts to hyperinflate us. So we've got 3 options. I'm going to do the 7 properties. I'm going to have Bitcoin, gold, and fiat. In every single one, I'm going to explain why either Bitcoin, gold, or fiat trumps in each property. So with this one, with Bitcoin, mathematically fixed, the code is set, 21 million Bitcoins forever. Same with gold, there is a certain amount of gold that you can buy, that you can't make more of it. So they're both perfect in that regard. They both get a tick. Fiat, absolutely garbage when it comes to scarcity, because the Federal Reserve in America can just print unlimited amounts. So we can't be in that system if we want to keep ourselves safe. Next slide. The second property I've got written down is durability. So this means that your money must endure over time without downgrading. If, for example, you had a £50 note, somebody could rip that £50 note and it's gone. It's disappeared. Like, you can't now use that £50 note anymore because somebody damaged it. This is why I say fiat's worthless, because effectively it's just paper. Like, it can be ripped, it can be stolen, it can be taken off. Well, it can be ripped and stolen. We'll get into different parts. So we'll get into different properties next. Something can be damaged. It's not one of the best forms of money, sound money, you can have. With these other 2, Bitcoin and gold, they can't get downgraded. Gold, you can't damage it. Say if you melted gold, it's still gold. And the same now with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is durable. You can't damage your Bitcoin. They can get lost, they can't get damaged. It's just it exists on a network, and it's secured by like thousands of miners, computers, like nodes. I'm not going to get into the specifics of coding. I'm not exactly clued in on it, but I know that the miners on the Bitcoin networks, they're all constantly, every day, every minute, every hour, making sure that the Bitcoins are secure. They're mining them themselves to get more. So like, I'm not exactly sure, but Bitcoin is secured. It gets a tick. Same with gold. Again, fiat, worthless. Divisibility. So basically what this one is, for a money to be sound fully, you need to be able to spend it in small chunks. Say if you went to the shop, you can't turn up with a lump of gold, for example, because that ain't how the world works. You can't put gold into a cash machine, or you can't you can't like put gold into a cash machine. You can't go, here's a lump of gold, give me bread. That isn't how it works. It might have been how it worked throughout history back then, but we've upgraded since then. Sorry, guys. So Bitcoin is actually brilliant with this, because you can buy 0.00001 Bitcoin. My predictions is in the future, you'll be able to go to the shops and you can just do like tap on your phone. So you can do like you do with your Apple Pay now, and you can just spend your Bitcoin. That's where I think the world's going to go. Well, it is going to go there. I don't even have to say I think. I know. I'm just going to state it. Fiat, yeah, that's perfect. We all know we can get down to 1 pence, 1 cent if you're American. Yeah, that works. So fiat is good for this property. Bitcoin is perfect. Gold is a little bit trickier. Yeah, you can chop gold up into small amounts, of course, but it's impractical. You can't go to the shop and pay with gold. Transportability. So effectively what this one is you got to be able to move your money quick and fast and securely. Bitcoin's perfect because you can just send it across the blockchain immediately. You just type in the address you're sending it to. You can just send any amount of Bitcoin to anybody, whenever, wherever. You don't have to like go through an authority. Like with fiat, for example. With fiat, you've got to like, if you want to send £1,000 to somebody, your bank's going to call you up probably like, why are you sending £1,000 to this person? You know, like they're cheeky like that. They want to know everything. So yeah, with Bitcoin, you haven't got that. You can just send it. You can send $25 billion within 20 minutes, you know, like to anybody, anywhere. So it's pretty fucking epic like that. Gold, yeah, so this one's tricky with the transportability. Like say, for example, you had a massive lump of gold and you wanted to take it overseas. You're going to have to take it on the plane. You're going to get stopped at the airport. It's tricky. It ain't as fast as Bitcoin. So Bitcoin wins on the transportability, without a doubt. In second place, yeah, I don't know. You know, you can take gold abroad, so I don't know. It's not the end of the world, but you know, there's a certain amount where you're gonna have to like find a courier, whatever. Like it works, but it's not as efficient. It's not as good with this property. Fiat, yeah. Once again, you'd like asking for other people's permission. It's bullshit. Acceptability. So this is the one where Bitcoin is losing at the moment because it's still in its early foundation stages. Most people don't understand Bitcoin. Most people aren't using it yet. Most people still think it's some sort of internet money bullshit. They're all wrong. So we're still in the early stages of public understanding. A medium of exchange is pretty much like, it's like it's accepted as like a currency. Like Bitcoin is accepted as a currency. It's just not widely recognized yet because hardly anyone's using it yet. Gold, yeah, this is perfect. Nobody doubts the acceptability of gold. Everybody knows gold's legitimate, perfect, 100% reliable. It's been universally recognized for thousands of years. and nobody has any doubts the gold is going to stay around for the next 1,000 years. Fiat, yeah, you can use fiat. Everyone knows that. You get paid in fiat if you work a matrix job. I don't know why I said matrix. I'm just fucking crazy. Next, fungibility. Each unit must be interchangeable. Yeah, so basically what this one is, one sec, let me just check again what this one was. Fungibility. Yeah, so every unit has to be treated exactly the same. So effectively, what have we got here? Sorry guys, I should know this. Fungibility. Gold is highly fungible because refining erases history. An ounce is an ounce. Oh fuck it, I'll chat GTP just to help us out. Fungibility means every unit of money is treated the same. If you trade one unit for the other, nothing about its past should matter. Some money is clean, some money is dirty. Prices fragment, trust breaks down. Yeah, so gold is perfectly fungible because if you melt it and then it gets refined, it still stays as gold exactly the same. Like if it's recreated, if you melt it and recreate it, it's exactly the same. Oh. Yeah, so I got written down here, Bitcoin is interchangeable, but this is where the key distinction needs to be made. Say if your Bitcoin got lost, say if it got like stolen in like a fucking internet scam, say if you sent off some Bitcoin to some scam website, you shouldn't do that, but say if you did, you fell for a trick, it could effectively get lost. You know, say if or for example, say if you had Bitcoin stored on your cold wallet and you lost that cold wallet for whatever reason, don't be an idiot, don't lose your cold wallet. But say if you did, for example, lose your cold wallet, those Bitcoins are effectively like gone forever. Like you can't recreate them once they've disappeared. However, say for example, moving back to the point about, say if you got fucking scammed for whatever stupid reason, you can like get your fucking, those Bitcoins can still be like retraced using like hops or lightning networks. So say like, for example, you wanted to, I've explained this fungibility really bad, guys, I'm sorry. But, well, fuck you, I'm giving you knowledge, I don't really give a fuck. Well, I'm just going to skip this one, guys. If any of you want to know fungibility, just Google it yourself. I can't explain it properly. Immutability, it must be tamper-proof. So this one pretty much is Bitcoin transparent on the blockchain. Yeah, so basically what this one is with Bitcoin is tamper-proof because everybody can see everybody's transactions at all times. If you send some money on the blockchain to somebody else, like it's always recorded, it's there. Gold, however, you know, you can like lose your membership records. Say if somebody steals your gold, or if, you know, it gets taken off you for whatever fucking reason, you can't get it back. There's no proof. There's no proof that it's yours. It's just a physical item. But with the blockchain, like your specific address numbers are all recorded on there. So like you can trace it back. Like if you, like everyone can see who sent who Bitcoin. Not all the time. Like, you know, you can always see what address sends what amount to another address. But you can't always link the address to the person. So it is private, especially if you know the way around that. Fiat's bullshit again because the banks just decide what's like if it's going to be tamper-proof or not. They could just change the rule. Like the authorities just make the decision up. It's just bullshit. So I wouldn't trust them. So those are the 7 properties of money. I'm sorry I explained these last 2 a little bit of shit. These 2 are a little bit fucking, I'm not exactly clued in on them, but it's the right answer. I've got the right answers written down. I'm just shit at explaining it. Yeah, so those are the 7 properties of money. They are what create a sound money. Like, if you can get basically what's winning at the moment, and I'm not gonna lie, Bitcoin actually ticks off most of these. Gold in second place, and then fiat is absolute garbage. Fiat's shit. The only thing fiat's winning at the moment, I would say, is it's literally just like the most acceptable fucking thing to use. But that's only because the authorities say so. Yeah, so those are the 7 properties of money. There is the best sound money at the moment is Bitcoin. So get some.